new assistant general manager of the Regina Pats, joining us, Tristan Frei. Hey, Country Thunder, let's be honest, you're a young guy. You've frequented the grounds out there. Favorite Country Thunder act that you remember?
Well, I think a core one for me would be Kenny Chesney. Something about, the cowboy hat, the cutoff shirt, the beach balls in the crowd. Core memory for me, I think, as a young guy out there. But I would say him or Morgan Wallen a couple years ago was also a really.
Those are good ones. Those are what about if you could bring in one rock band to play? Who would it be?
Oof. I mean, for me, it would be AC/DC. I know you guys were talking about it before. I went to AC/DC as a young kid when I was, I think, in grade 7 when they came to Regina with my mom.
Oh, jeez.
And it was unbelievable. It was the stage show that they had in terms of the props that they brought on stage and the long catwalk and seeing them perform was something that I'll have for life. So, yeah.
That's cool. All right, new role with the Regina Pats. We're into July here. Have you settled in? Are you busy? Are you kind of just learning the ropes? What has the last couple weeks been like for you?
Yeah, I think a little bit of it all. I started my first week was the import draft and thankful that Alan was staying on for that and helping assist me and Dale with that. So me and Alan were in the office here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and watching lots of video on Instat, calling agents, talking with players, trying to figure out who's going in the top 1, 2, 3 to give us a better idea. So that was good. And then now just same thing. We're meeting with those families of those players on Zooms, talking about our program, starting the process of bringing them over, and then in terms of just touching base with our own players, seeing how their summers are, if they need anything from us. Just doing that stuff, and then getting ready for a fall camp. There's lots of admin that goes with fall camp and the forms and the medicals and all that stuff. So just preparing every single day and trying to get a little task done.
Tristan, with the news of Gavin McKenna getting that NIL deal with out down in the States,
is that alleged or is that legit?
I think it got basically confirmed today. Obviously, the landscape of the CHL is now going to be changed forever with star players. You've got a star player, a generational talent, if you will, with Maddox Schultz coming up. How are you guys going to tackle that going in the future?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is player treatment and treating our players the best that we can, giving them no reason to move on, and we want all our players to play their whole junior career with us. And I think we do a lot of amazing things with the Pats. I mean, I had the opportunity to play pro and with a few different teams, and I can utmost tell you that the Regina Pats are treated pro-like in terms of where we stay on the road, where we eat, the staff that we have around, the investment from our owner. That's the biggest thing for us, is providing our players with the resources they need, the development they need, and the player treatment that for me goes along with that.
You played pro in Guildford in Britain. I had a hot dog and a few pints at that rink, and there's a swimming pool in it. Ooh. Just reeks of chlorine. Great barn though. Good times there. What a great spot to play hockey, by the way. I'd mentioned this at the presser to Dale, but it is changing probably by the week, by the month here, and the American kids now. Right? Like there's got to be such a focus on these because they're going to want to come up, and maybe it's only a year or two. They're going to want to explore major junior in Canada.
Yeah, for sure. And we're already seeing that interest. We have way more USA kids coming to our fall camp than I think ever before. We've made an investment to have, scouts down there now. We have 2 guys that are down there, and they're doing a really good job at, keeping us informed of the young players that want to come up. And we're actively throughout the year listing players that they feel should be on our 50-man list. So, I think it's a changing landscape both ways of we have young elite USA players that want to come play for us, and before the change, a lot of them were hesitant of losing their scholarship. So I think it's great for the league. It's going to make our league better in terms of that way. So I would agree with that.
Has before Al left, what kind of words of advice did he give to you? Did he maybe say, hey, you look like one of the players, so when you talk to the families, it's nice to have that younger, it is though, right? Like Dale, the legend, Al, smart, and then you're coming in, you're a young guy, you fit in, and you could bridge that gap and talk about probably a lot of the lingo that the kids are going with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not far removed from playing. I'm only 3 years out that I last played my game, so I understand what these guys are going through. I've been a guy, that's been, a top six player. I've been a bottom six player. I've been out of the lineup. I've been hurt before. I've kind of been it all. So when our players are going through that, I feel like I can relate to them, and I understand what they're going through. And I think a lot of people have played hockey, but as you get further removed from it, you just forget how that feels. But for me, I'm kind of fresh. So for now, I would like to keep giving that experience and my advice to them. But, Alan moving on, it's what an amazing mentor that I've had in terms of him. I think I said in my speech, he allowed me to be by his side for absolutely everything in terms of ownership meetings and everything. I couldn't have asked for a more amazing person to learn from, and now I get to work extremely close with Dale, and two people that you talk about of hockey minds. I'm very, very privileged as a young man.
And you said you can deal with the kids because you aren't that far removed. So what is that one piece of advice you're going to give a new kid coming in, making his pro journey for the first time?
I think honestly, the biggest thing for me is controlling your work ethic, your attitude, and being a good teammate. I think if you can do those three things, you're gonna have a career in hockey. The biggest thing that I took, being a player, was you get to choose your attitude every single day. There's going to be days where it's going to be hard. You're going to be hurt. You're going to be sore. Maybe you're not going to be in the lineup, or maybe you're not going to be where you want to be in the lineup. And for me, it's how do you choose that attitude, right? So, I think I wasn't the best player, but I felt like I worked extremely hard, and I was a good teammate. And I feel like teams wanted me around because of that. And I was happy being a top six guy or a 13th forward. And if you can embrace that, you're going to have a career.
I would like to be the 13th forward in Guildford, because I would just stay at the pub. I'd stay at the town. I'm good. I'm not playing tonight. I'm good. No, in all seriousness. So we got about 30 seconds left. Tristan Frei joining us here, new assistant general manager with Regina Pats. You talked about Al, you talked about Dale. I got to ask, what's one thing that you learned from Absolute Beauty, good friend of mine, Trevor Blevins in Melfort, playing for him?
Yeah, I mean, all of that. I mean, he helped shape who I am as a person, and I still go up and see him every single summer. It's so hard to explain the impact that a coach had on me, but just an amazing person. And I'm so grateful that a bunch of other players get to experience who he is and what he's done in that community. So, a piece of advice, just work your tail off, and that's what his teams do.
Great to talk to you. We'll have to do this again. If you're going to Country Thunder, have fun. Shoot me a message. The Kenny Chesney, that was a good one too. I totally forgot about that. Tristan, best of luck, and we'll catch up here in a month or so.
Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate it.